The Embosser. Bonus points to this thing for forcing me to Google what the hell embossing even means. The Embosser was first released in 2017 and was designed by Brian Benedict. It's a beefy ramp truck that looks like it'll kick the shit out of you and your entire family if you even dare to accidentally step on it. Seriously, I just walked near it and it whispered to me that it would break my f***ing kneecaps. This is the type of truck that looks like it could annex an entire country by itself. It's an absolute brick. The front end showing less emotion than your parents when they tell you they're not mad, they're just disappointed. The body has more grooves than a Mars Volta album. God, I hope someone else relates to that. The rear sports a huge ramp that'll fit just about anything, including another embosser. This truck really reminds me of the Backslider, which is a casting I've been familiar with for a long time. I mean, this is basically like if the Backslider did a stint in prison. Though, unlike the Backslider, the ramp on this doesn't move. At least, not in the typical way. Of course, as the name suggests, this thing is more than just a hefty tow truck with anger management issues. Just slip a piece of paper through the little debit card slot at the base of the truck, press the ramp down, and emboss your own custom Hot Wheels postcards. Wish you were here. Detroit. Turns out you don't need any of this shit Google says you need to emboss. All you really need is $1.30 and the willingness to lose all dignity. I think this is quite possibly the most pointless gimmick in the history of the toy industry. I mean, it works, but just why? It's just so damn confusing. Who the hell is this for? Yeah, most Hot Wheels gimmicks are pointless, but most of the time it's at least relatively understandable how you could use them in real life. The Carbonator, for instance, can be used as an actual bottle opener. The Bubble-matic can actually blow bubbles. The Mega Thrust can be used as a coaster. Those are fun little novelties you might use on the occasion for the joke of, I just performed this dumb task with a f***ing Hot Wheels car, but when the hell are you gonna use this? Even if you just so happen to be embossing something, you most likely won't be needing it to be a giant Hot Wheels logo. But you know what, who gives a fuck anyways, because this is basically my entire identity now. Might as well make use of it, so I emboss everything now. I've embossed my high school diploma, my tax forms, and any cards I send out. But don't worry, I ain't done bitchin' yet. This Embosser was the initial version released in 2017 as part of the Experimotors line. And let me tell you, no word brings me more fear and hatred than the word Experimotors. Experimotors is the line every Hot Wheels designer goes to when they've officially given up. All the most gimmicky Hot Wheels cars emerge from the Experimotors crevice and plague the main line with this little thing I like to call AIDS. At the very beginning, I think the concept was interesting enough and definitely had some potential, but nowadays I feel like they just use it as a yearly excuse to inflate the main line with half-assed, ugly, lazy, stupid, or just flat-out boring designs. We've gotten some good stuff from it. I don't hate the Mega Bloks cars, and I think cars like the Hyper Rocker and El Viento are alright. And, I mean, the Coupe Clip makes a good weapon in case you ever get mugged. But seriously, so much slop comes out of this line on a yearly basis, it's nauseating. So much of this line boils down to, hey, what if there was a car based off of blank object? What if we made a car based off of a bubble wand? What if we made a car based off of a screwdriver? What if we made a car based off of a money clip? What if we made a car based off of a toilet for the second f***ing time? What's next? 2026. Oh, what if we made a car based off of an insulin pump? And everything else that comes out of this line just feels ugly for the sake of being ugly on purpose. The Crate Racer, the See Me Rollin', the f***ing Skyboat. Genuinely, the Embosser is one of the least offensive castings to come out of this line. Seriously, I don't mean to be insulting about this, but this entire line to me is basically the fatbacks and hard nose of the modern era. Also, let's not forget, this is the line that gave us the Emoticar, which is something I will never be able to forgive it for. Overall, the Embosser is fine. I don't love it, but I wouldn't go as far as to say I hate it either. I really don't think the gimmick is interesting or useful enough to justify its existence, but on its own, it's fine enough. It's just a middle-of-the-road Hot Wheels truck that will likely only be remembered for having the most ridiculously unnecessary gimmick any Hot Wheels car has ever had. And you know what? In the end, I think that's something to be proud of. I'm gonna give the Embosser a 6 out of 10. Putting Hot Wheels logos on adoption papers? Like a boss!